Hi. I guess it's just another day in paradise, or so they say. Um, I wanted to maybe do something a little bit different, that maybe is it's not something that I'm used to, you know. I'm used to having a poem and reading the poem, and usually the poem doesn't make too much sense, but um, I wanted to do something a little bit more different today. Kind of wanted to talk about a topic that I probably have in mind, which I do have. I do have a topic in mind right now. Um, that topic is being different. So, um, this world, I feel like, is operates on fear, and because we're all scared, we don't show it. I know a lot of people feel like they have everything under control, when people they put on this image or this front that they have everything figured out, but the reality is we don't have anything figured out. So um, I think a majority of us, not saying everybody, not saying you who's watching, I think we all have a certain level of fear that drives us to do things, and a lot of those things, we may or may not want to do in the first place, you know. So I feel like the biggest threat to that fear-based mentality is someone who is different. Now, a person who is different is, I believe, a person that is different is very brave. They're basically letting everyone know that despite being different, they're still going to live the life that they want, whatever it takes. Now, unfortunately, that bravery can be like a threat. It can be a threat to all these people that live in fear, because anything that looks or feels different is scary, a lot of the time. We're just we're so focused on doing things. We're like, our life is on autopilot. We want it all figured out, we want the instant gratification. But I also feel like being different is a big blessing, because not only is that person brave, but despite the life that people are choosing for them, or that people want them to live, they are living according to their own terms. So I feel like for people that are different, I just hope that they see it more of a blessing than a curse. And don't get me wrong. I mean, a person who chooses to live on their own terms, it didn't come easy to them. It's not something that they were able to figure out on their own, especially with the pressures of society and having to do things a certain way because it seems to be the right way, but at the end of the day, whatever I feel like whatever makes the person happy and does not put them or anybody in harm's way, I think that's how people are happy with their lives, choosing to live life on their own terms versus having to find ways of surviving, So I think there was a video that I watched about, there was a video that Tony Robbins was in, and he was mentioning that we are supposed to be the creator of our lives. So whether or not a person is different doesn't matter. We we're all here to create the lives that we want. So, and I think instead of fear, it's something that kind of reminds us to take a different approach, like maybe a faith-based approach. Now, I'm not really talking about religion, but just, you know, if there is a higher purpose, or if there's a you know, there's definitely a universe. You know, the world is definitely not chaotic. It's not random. But I think for people that are different, you know, it's something to embrace, and I think it's definitely a blessing. Having that choice to live according to a person's own terms, I feel like is the biggest blessing that anybody can have. So, and I think for the people that, you know, that choose, that don't feel like they can make choices for themselves, you know, I do feel like there is a level, they do feel threatened by other people who can make those choices. So, all right, what's my take-home message? I don't know. This is off script, by the way, so I guess my take-home message is just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just make choices for yourself. You know, don't let other people choose. Don't let other people choose for you. You know, so, and whatever that takes, you know, just do it. You know, I know that trademark is already taken, but you know, anyway, I wish you well, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.